Today here on FTD Facts, we are going to look at the country of Sweden and the country of Netherlands and find out not only what is great about them, but see what would happen if they were actually if they were actually brought together as one powerful nation. Welcome to FTD Facts, the channel where we talk about people, cultures, and places from all around the world. And guys, my name is Dave Wapple, and if you guys are tuning into our live stream, thanks for tuning in. Now, today, like I said, we are looking at the Netherlands and we are looking at Sweden. Now, the reason we are doing this is because, well, first of all, we have a lot of people from Sweden. We have a lot of people from the Netherlands who watched our previous videos, and they just want to know more videos about the country. So we thought, for fun, what would it be like if we actually took these two great nations and, boom, put them together? So let's get into it. Let's look at it. And guys, before you get started, if you guys are new to this channel, you want to hit that subscribe button because we talk about countries and cultures. We do military videos. We do country comparison videos. We're basically all about cultures and all that. So hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to leave us a comment down there in the box below for future videos that you want to see. So anyways, let's get started and let's take a look at the population. Now, if we were to actually combine these two countries together, their population would greatly increase. Now, first of all, hey everybody from all of our live streamers right here. It's great to see you guys here. You guys are amazing for tuning in. And of course, what we're going to do is we're going to look at these two nations. Now, population, let's look at it. So, if you were to take Sweden and the Netherlands, combine it together, you'd get a population of approximately 27,390,000 people. Now, that is of a 2018 estimate. Now, of course, if you were to combine them, they would rank 51st in the entire world out of all countries, being anywhere between Yemen and North Korea. Now, overall, if we were to look at it, Sweden currently ranks as 89th, and the Netherlands ranks as 66th. So we would definitely see some major increase there. Now, to further dive into this, if we were to actually look at the land size of these two countries, now we all know Sweden's a very big country, and the Netherlands may be small, but it's powerful in its own way. Now, for its land size, it would greatly increase to being 491,838 kilometers square, which to me is amazing. I mean, like, that's huge. It's a pretty big country. If we were to actually take them and combine them together, I just think that's fantastic. So, looking at it, we would actually see that Sweden currently ranks at 55 in the world when it comes to its land size rank out of all countries. However, if you were to combine both of them, they would be approximately 52nd in the world, being a little under Spain. So other than that, guys, let's keep going into it. But for all you guys, let's see some of you guys are saying. Hey, everybody, we got some people from the Netherlands that are Lincoln Park. I think it's the Toque. So got some people from the Netherlands that are saying hello. You got some people from Sweden that are saying hello. And to the rest of you guys that are all from around the world, amazing you guys that are tuning into our live streams. But let's continue. Let's keep looking at this. Now, also, when it comes to the GDP of these two countries, now, combining their GDP, it would be approximately $1.429 trillion. Now, that would make them rank 8th in the world. They would beat countries like Australia, and they'd be under, unfortunately, countries like my country, Canada, and other countries like Iran. Now, when it comes to this GDP, now, like I said, it's not entirely 100% accurate because trading would definitely change the GDP of these two countries. For example, the imports and exports of these countries would greatly change. And one thing to keep in mind when it comes to imports and exports, the Netherlands is a country that actually exports the most steel out of most countries in the world. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it was back in 2013 that the Netherlands had more steel than 6% of the United States, which I'm just like, that is insane. Now, if we were to look at the exports, we know that Sweden has approximately $135 billion in exports, and the Netherlands has $435 in exports. But now, if we were to combine those two together, we'd approximately get $570 billion in total goods. Now, keep in mind, guys, there are some deductions. Now, what are those deductions? Well, first of all, Sweden approximately has about $7.47 billion of goods shipping to the Netherlands, whereas the Netherlands has approximately, $7.47 billion in goods, and we have the Netherlands having $9.38 billion in goods going to Sweden. And in total, that would equal a total of $553.11 billion. Now, the great part is it would still put the country in fourth out of all countries in the world, even without those deductions. And I'm just like, that's pretty amazing. I mean, Netherlands does a lot when it comes to its exports, but I just find it amazing. Now, one thing that we also got to look at is the military of these two countries, because they are quite different. Now, when we pop over to the military, we do know that as a total, the military, there's approximately 97,080 people if we're to take these two nations and put them together. Now, their active personnel would be approximately 64,540, and the rest of them would all be pretty much in reserves. Their total aircraft strength would put at 362. Their combat tanks would be approximately 120. Now, one thing that's interesting to know about the combat tanks when it comes to the Netherlands is it's commonly believed that the Netherlands doesn't have any combat tanks. Well, that's not actually true, because they have about approximately 100, I think it's about 100 tanks that are on loan, and they work with the German military and the German units. So they actually do have, so in total there'd be approximately 220 combat tanks for that country. Now to jump into, if we were to look at fighting vehicles, there'd be approximately 3,449, and their Navy assets would be at 119. Now, moving right along, guys, this is one of my favorite things to talk about. I mean, I really, really love talking about the Nobel Prizes of countries, because what I love so much about different countries from all around the world, you learn that there's so much intelligence that comes from these nations, and so many people who've contributed so much to the world. They've given so much back, and I'm just really excited to talk about, the fact that Sweden and the Netherlands would have a lot of Nobel Prizes. Let's take a look at that. So, when it comes to the Nobel Prizes, Sweden currently has 31 of them. Now, the Netherlands has a total of 21 of them, and one thing that's cool about them is they would put them at 52 in the world. Now, if you look at other countries around the world, they do have a lot of Nobel Prizes, but if you were to look at Sweden, for example, the one thing that's great about it is Sweden is the place that is the host of the Nobel Prizes. So if the Netherlands was to actually join Sweden, or Sweden join the Netherlands, or vice versa, whichever way you want to look at it, the fantastic part is you could say that the Netherlands is also the home of the Nobel Prize laureate as well. Moving right along, let's talk about Olympics, because Olympics are just as important, and you guys know that the Olympics just happened, so we want to talk about that as well. So, the Olympics, let's take a look at that. Now, in total, they would have approximately 1,067 total Olympic medals, which I think is absolutely insane, because when it comes to these countries having medals, it's like they would sit in third. They would sit in third compared to the Soviet Union, which they'd be under the Soviet Union or Russia as a total. They would obviously be over Germany, but I mean, if you look at the numbers of the Soviet Union, they just have a lot of them. So it's kind of hard to, beat the Russians. On top of that, for gold medals, if you were to look at it, they actually would sit at third in the world, because they just would. It's because they've got a lot there too. That's, they got a lot. And other than that, guys, pretty much... Oh, yes, one last thing that we definitely need to talk about before we close out this video. So, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. We got some really good things that you guys are saying. For you guys who... Okay, audio tip, we need to be a little bit louder, but that's okay, cool. One thing that we definitely have to talk about, somebody said we got to talk about geography. Well, geography is important when it comes to these countries. And one thing we should talk about is the Unesco Zones. Now, UNESCO, or UNESCO, as some people pronounce it, now they are the World Heritage Sites of the world. And for the Netherlands and Sweden, if you were to actually take these two countries and put them together, first of all, Sweden has approximately 15 on the list right now, with one of them being tentative. Now, the Netherlands doesn't have as many. It has about 10 UNESCO zones, with about 9 of them being tentative. And if you were to combine them all together, you would actually find that in total they would have 25, being 10th in the world. Now, of course, they would beat the United States, which I'm just like, yes, we're beating the States. Unfortunately, they wouldn't beat Russia, which sits at 28. However, if they get those tentative ones in there, they are going to really do amazing work. So other than that, guys, that is us just looking at the countries of Sweden and the country of Netherlands, or the country of Sweden and the country of the Netherlands, and finding out what it would be like if we actually took these two countries and we brought them together. I mean, I just think it would be really good. I know a lot of you guys out there in the comment section, you guys are from these countries, you guys have already said. My question is, what do you guys think would happen? I mean, in the Netherlands and Sweden, they're very peaceful countries. They're very amazing countries. Sweden, for one thing for sure, is that they don't really like to go to war. The Netherlands actually supports the United States in a lot of stuff. So there would be some conflicts of interests there. So I want to know, what do you guys think would happen? I mean, would there be major conflict between the two nations? So let us know down there in the comment section below. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in, and especially for those people tuning into our live streams. You guys are just amazing for tuning in and learning with us. But on top of that, guys, if you guys want to learn more, be sure to tune in every single day. Hit that subscribe button, because this is the kind of stuff that we do here, guys. We gotta, boom, hit that subscribe button right there. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next video, and you guys have yourself a fantastic day. Thanks for all the nice comments. We're going to keep doing live streams because we just feel it's a little easier. Let us know if you guys like them or if you want to just go back to our old ways. But anyways, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye! So you guys made it to the end of an FTD Facts video. Awesome. Okay, don't forget to check out our other playlists, especially people who are from Sweden and the Netherlands, or people who just want to learn about those two countries, because we've done a lot of videos on them, and we're going to keep on doing more videos about them and find out what's great about these nations. So look for those playlists, and of course, guys, always tune in, and we'll see you in the next one.